Right Honourable Speaker, I stand to second this motion to give access to free and compulsory education to all the children in Karamoja. In Karamoja, the biggest burden of household welfare is shouldered by the women. She must ensure that there is food, she must ensure there is a home, and she must ensure that the children go to school. So you can imagine the burden our women are carrying. When she is overwhelmed, the children automatically support her. They become laborers. The rate of child labor in our region is so high. When they are overwhelmed, they end up in the streets begging. The children do it to support their mothers. We have repatriated a number of our children from the cities in our country. 2 years ago, there were women and children here in Gulu city coming from Kotido. About 60 of them, they had come to look for a living. We sent them back to Kotido. There was another group that came from Kabong to Busia. We sent them back when they were there to Kabong. There are thousands of the children from Napak who are begging in Kampala. The reason is this one. The women, the mothers, because of the cultural dynamics, the mothers are overwhelmed. They cannot afford both household welfare and plus now education, the cost of education itself. I support this motion and I appeal that you support us in this one, honorable colleagues. When you do it, you will liberate not just the children who cannot access an education at the moment, but also the women, so that they will be able to focus their energy on the other welfare needs. Because the burden of tuition, in addition to what they're already carrying, is too much. I plead with you, colleagues, that we allow this to pass. It will be good for the region. For every woman in Karamoja who doesn't access an income or even a living to sustain this burden, that burden is multiplied by 6 because we produce 6 children. And then you produce 6 children who will also be poor. Another one, so you will also produce. The multiplier effect on the economic burden for this country is so high if we cannot have these children access an education. I submit.
Thank you. Honorable Crowell Bosco. Honorable Anywa Ricky Richard. These are the seconders who are part of the motion, who seconded the motion formally.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I'm here to second the motion. Right Honourable Speaker, the Acholi people have been searching for sustainable and permanent solutions to the cattle rustling for a very long time. Right Honourable Speaker, the rustlers has caused a lot of suffering on the people of Acholi, especially in the districts of Agago and Kitgum. Economic activities has been disrupted, and Right Honourable Speaker, we need a comprehensive and sustainable solution for the cattle rustling. Right Honourable Speaker, you will never be at peace when your neighbors are not at peace. Right Honourable Speaker, education is the only comprehensive and sustainable mechanism to put an end to cattle rustling in the region of Karamoja and Acholi sub-region. Right Honourable Speaker, research shows that there are cumulative benefits of education in ending any conflict. There are clear links between education and child improved ability to protect others. Right Honourable Speaker, indeed, it has been noted that children and young people in Karamoja sub-region who have low education level are the ones who are more involved in cattle rustling than their educated counterparts. Right, Honorable Speaker, it is the lack of education that is driving this particular group of poor young people into rustling. Therefore, there are thousands of children and young people in Karamoja right now who are not going to school and they have become professional raiders. Right, Honorable Speaker, the raiders would have worked themselves out of poverty and respect and dignity if they were educated. Therefore, we need to use multiple strategies to combat cattle rustling in the Karamoja sub-region. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Loki John Baptist.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion under Rule 60, Sub-Rule 1, a motion for a resolution of Parliament urging government to formulate a policy on free compulsory boarding school education for the Karamoja sub-region. I want to thank Honorable Remigio for moving this motion and honorable colleagues for supporting. Right Honorable Speaker, we are moving this motion for a region whose development indices are very, very low. Talk about education, is very low, covered the percentage is very low. Health, water, roads, name them, they are very low. The only indices that are high is illiteracy in the region and insecurity, including poverty, which stands at nearly 70% of the people in Karamoja are in extreme poverty. The illiteracy level in Karamoja stands at 66. And Right Honorable Speaker, we cannot just sit and observe part of Uganda remaining lagging behind when the rest of the country is moving forward in as far as education and other aspects of development are concerned. Leaving Karamoja behind has a pull-down effect on the rest of the country. So we must team together and pull this child called Karamoja, which is still lagging behind. And we can only do this on two approaches. The first approach is affirmative action, as enshrined in Article 32. 1. Affirmative action for Karamoja as far as education is concerned. And then the rights-based approach, as embedded in Article 30 and Article 34, Clause 1, that every child of school-going age has a right to education. Right Honorable Speaker, some people might argue that we have UPE, we have USE. Why hasn't Karamoja utilized these policies, existing policies, government policies? We are saying yes, the government policy of having a primary school per parish is there. The government policy of having a secondary school per sub-county is there. But when you look at the dynamics therein, you find the distances covered by the learners, these young learners, commuting from their homes to the schools, to either primary school or a secondary school. These are considerable distances which cannot be managed by the learners. So we are saying, if government can have a policy, if we can have a policy to enhance primary boarding education, secondary school education, these young learners can remain at school, stay at school and finish their education smoothly. There is a destructive effect of moving from your home to school Along the way, it contributes to absenteeism and increases the dropout rate of the young learners. So having boarding schools for Karamoja sub-region will address this issue. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable, conclude.
Honorable Speaker, we have the practice of female genital mutilation, which is being practiced among the Pokot of Amudat and among the Tepeth of Moroto district. These children are always in the villages and they are prone to this practice of FGM. So having boarding schools will enable these children to come and stay at school and get profitable education. So, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I implore you to support this motion so that government formulates a policy for boarding school education in Karamoja, so that the problems of Karamoja, being it economic, being it education, being it in terms of service delivery, in as far as education is concerned, are addressed once and for all. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Further name. Then Dr. Rurume Baiga.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues. Right Honorable Speaker, there's a saying that we cannot wait for the Karamojong to develop, but this regional sitting must take development to Karamoja sub-region. I rise to support the move of the motion. Right Honorable Speaker, when you look at the members of parliament and some highly learned Karamojongs, you ask yourself, where did they grow from? Right Honorable Speaker, I started with some Karamojong seminarians, and I learned from them that the Komboni missionaries and other NGOs like UNICEF did a lot to change the mindset of the Karamojong children. The Komboni missionaries and NGOs like UNICEF build schools with the boarding facilities and the school feeding program. And so many Karamojong children were raised because of the boarding facilities and school feeding program. Therefore, we need to support this motion. The government needs to support the Karamojong by building boarding facilities and also raiding and forcing these children to go to school. And secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, the leaders of Karamojong, especially the political leaders, need also to change their style of politics. Because majority during campaign, actually they distribute bullets to the young raiders. And this makes the young raiders to feel that their future are already sorted.
Honorable, that's a very strong statement, because those people should be in prison. They shouldn't be. Can you substantiate it?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Thank
very,
you.
very...
Maybe for the interest and for the peace of the nation and my neighbors, I will withdraw that. But this is what normally takes place during campaign.
No, please, Honor. Point of order, Abim. Order.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker. I just didn't want to make a point of order to my elder, who happened to be well versed with the Bible. Right Honorable Speaker, Karamoja, the move of the motion told you facts about Karamoja on education. But I'm very surprised when they said leaders in Karamoja during campaign distribute bullets in favor of voters. He is my brother by the title Reverend Father, my Vatican priest, is in order to allege that the leaders in Karamoja use bullets to solicit for votes during campaign. Is in order.
Yes, Honorable Mika, I really get you. Had also allowed Honorable Abim,
Thank you.
Kolmo. So
Thank you very
I will
much.
rule at once, yeah.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Father Onen is one of the members of Parliament we hold in high esteem because of being a father. Sometimes when we get challenged, we even go to him for prayers. Right Honorable Speaker, Karamoja has 11 ethnic groups recognized by the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. I have never known of any aspiring candidates or candidates in any election who have been distributing bullets. In any case, all the leaders of Karamoja are pro-peace and pro-development. Is the Honorable Father Onen, who is branding the best rosary during this regional sitting, in order to allege that leaders from Karamoja, including me, from the beaming district of Abim, distribute bullets without substantiating? Is he in order?
Thank you. You know, it's very painful because to allege that honorable members are distributing bullets. So, number one, they should be in prison if they are doing that. Honorable Cheru would be Honorable would be having candidates to take to the court martial. Yes, Father.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I withdraw the statement. Thank you.
Honorable Father, thank you. You've made it very easy for me. Because you know, I expect you to intercede for me in heaven. Now, if I rule you out of order and you fail to deliver prayers for me, so you've made it very, very easy for us. But let's be cautious with the statements we make, honorable colleagues. Yes.